they will split each module and they will be given to the developers for the developing. Say now, if you take this bakery story, what happens is baking a 10 kg cake, you have multiple steps in it, right? You have to take the flour, you have to mix the eggs, and you have to like butter and everything. I'm not very good in baking and all. So like sugar, and you have to mix everything. For mixing, you will be having a person or a machine to do it, and for baking you have a person to do it. And now to make a tower cake, you should be cutting the 10 kg cake into multiple pieces, and to make a tower, so that will be handled by one more person. To make it as a tower, one it will be handled by one person, and to design it. So here, so if you see a product as a whole product, a 10 kg tower cake is a product, butterscotch cake is a product. But if you divide it into features, there are multiple features in it, right? So this is what
Yes.
this feature is about.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Anybody else, any questions?
Ma'am, in coding phase,
Okay.
I think maybe the baker should write the steps, the process, what is
Yes,
next. They're
yes,
gonna write.
yes, yes. That will also be done by a, maybe like you have, right, a chef or a head for that. He'll not be getting involved mainly into like what to say, mixing or baking and all. He'll be handling the very high level things. So yeah, exactly correct. Yeah, what you said is. So anybody any questions or inputs? Okay, now coming to the testing phase. This is as development, testing is also a very important phase in SDLC. So here the software will be developed in the earlier phase and it will be deployed to the testing environment. I'll tell about different environments we have in future, because for before moving it into production, the application will always be into testing environment. Okay, and here is where we perform our functionality testing, maybe automation or a manual testing or performance. Whatever testing is done, it will be always done in the testing environment. And this is where the bugs or defects are found, and it will be like communicated to the developer, and the developer will also fix it over here. Okay, so this phase will be like, it will go on continuously until the what to say, this system is stable before deploying it to the what to say, production. Okay, so if you take your bakery here, your cake, once it develop, they have like created it, and you usually don't have a testing team in bakery, but still while doing itself, they will be very conscious on if each and everything is done in a very fine way. If not, they'll be given instruction on remove this and keep that and all sorts of things, right? So those is the testing phase which will be handled over here. So any doubts over here? Okay, fine. I'll move on to the next. So the deployment. Deployment is the very important phase, or phase two. So this is where the project manager or the product owner will be giving a green flag. Okay, application is very good. You can deploy it to the production. So once the green flag is given over here, the system is deployed to the production and the users will be starting to use it. Okay, these are very high level, what to say, high level descriptions. We have different what to say, methods. In each phase will be like covered in a different way in each methodologies. Okay, I'll explain those also one by one, and those are very very important for you, because like uh, the each and every concerns or companies will be having their own process, and you need to know about what it is, at least in a very high level. Okay, so any doubts over here? So now
No,
my bakery owner has given a green flag. Okay, you can deliver your cake to the user, and now my delivery person has taken it. Okay, this is how I compare over there. Now maintenance, I don't know how to compare maintenance over there. Maybe if the cake is like somewhat getting what to say, if I miss out anything, writing a name or something like that, you should be able to do it finally. Yes, I write it over here and you should be able to deliver it. So maintenance, as I said, after going to the user feels no, this is not fine, this is having something wrong, or this needs even improvement. So in those cases, you should be in SDLC, there is a maintenance phase where there are set of people who helps in maintaining the what to say, production deployed application. Okay, so
I'm like
any,
that.
yeah, please.
After we getting that cake, the taste is not good means we will tell again this cake is not good. Like that, they will improve the taste of the
Quality,
cake.
yeah, you can have it in that way. Yeah, or if my name is misspelled on the cake, or if I have some for happy birthday, I have it as happy anniversary, something like that. Okay, so it
Okay.
is like it is the maintenance phase which will be handling it. Okay,
Okay.
okay, now we'll go to the SDLC models. This is what I was talking about. These are very huge topics. Okay, each and everything. I think today I'll be able to cover only the waterfall model. So tomorrow I'll cover at least three or four. And agile is a very huge topic because agile model is a very what to say, growing SDLC model, which is very much used across most of the companies in software industry. Okay, so what are all the SDLC models? Are waterfall model, V model, prototype model, spiral model, big bang model, and agile model. So please, like, if you have any queries or if you are not clear on anything, you feel free to ask me, because these are all very important areas of software questing interview software interview questions. Okay, for testing. So whatever, you just feel free, you can raise your hand, or you can have your questions and you can ask me on time or later too. So now coming to the waterfall model, I think most of you must, sorry, how to, okay, most of you people, you might have learned it in college or something. So the waterfall is a very basic and very old model in the SDLC models. This was followed earlier. This is a very simplified model of SDLC. So it is nothing but analysis, designing, coding, testing, and release. This was a very basic model in the earlier history. Now, coming to the requirement analysis phase, this is the initial phase of the what to say, your waterfall model. So in this requirement analysis phase, the requirement will be gathered from the, I think with the SDLC things itself, you will be able to even much more easier for you to understand it over here. So in waterfall model, in requirements analysis, the requirement will be gathered from the customers, and the analysis is done, and they'll have a discussion with the customer if this is the requirement, or if you have any disagreement in the requirement. Say in your requirement page, you have, in the first page you have a requirement saying that I want what search button on page number 3, but for in a module, in a page where, wait, have a notepad and I'll explain you. So this is the requirement. Okay, now I am writing it for I have a very initially we'll be having a very high level like what to say, contents, table of contents kind of thing, or what my requirement should be in a very high level. So in that high level, what it is said is page 1 should have a what to say, login and forgot password option. Okay, and page 2 should have something, okay, something, and page 3 should have a filter for age and a search button. Now it is the same for page 4, page 5, page 6. So this is the requirement in a high level. Now for each and every page I will have this is a module, right? I'll be having a very detailed explanation. Now it is the same for page 2. Now coming in page 3, it is written about for age filter I have something written about. In the same way for A, B, C, I have some other requirements are covered, and it goes to page 4. So what you see here, nothing is mentioned about the search button on the page 3 module requirement, right? So here you have to make clear, you have to have a discussion with the what to say, with the product owner, and you have to get them cleared. Is this requirement really getting mismatched, or is this feature being missed over here? So these kind of things will be handled here in the requirement analysis phase. So after these analysis are done, and once the requirement is freezed, what happens is your business requirement specification document will be created. So the each and every level of your SDLC methods, say this is waterfall method, right? Each and every levels will be having an input and an output. Okay, so this is the initial. So the input of this is a basic requirement, and output of this phase will be business requirement specification, which is freezed. Okay, now to coming to the system design phase. Here is, as you know, system design architecture and the software architecture will be defined over here, will be discussed with the stakeholders, and will get an approval. So here, what do you think the input of the system design phase will be? Anyone? So the output of your previous phase, okay, will be an input of this phase. So what is the input of this going to be? Your business requirement specification. I think I don't know how to move this. Okay. If you see, the input would be business requirement specification, and your output would be your architecture design document. Okay. Any doubt in this? So next is your implementation phase. So obviously the coding and the development will be done over here, and your architectural design will be your input for this. And what do you think the output would be?
Architectural design.
No, input is your architectural design. So what is your output going to be? A developed software. Okay, in the implementation phase, your output will be just a developed software, not a complete software. It is a developed software. So here, now for testing phase, your developed software will be your input, and here your developed code will be tested, and defects are logged, and it will be sent to the developers, and developers will be sending us back. Okay, if I raise a bug, okay, and I assign it to a developer, that developer obviously he should fix it, and it will not be just like that sent to production. That fix will be sent back again to us for testing, and I'll be testing it. Okay, and so that is called retest. I'll tell you what is the difference between these two. So in this testing phase only these will be handled, and your output will be a developed and a tested software. Okay, so the next phase is your deployment. So here is where your developed code will be moved to production. So what will be your input over here? Yes, it is going to be a developed and tested software. And sorry, and production, it is going to be your final software. Okay, now on maintenance, we don't have an input or output over here. It is just the production issues are going to be addressed and maintained on this phase. So your, what to say, your waterfall is nothing but very simple. Can anyone say what are the phases of waterfall model?
Requirement,
Analysis, design, coding, testing, release, deployment, or
Deployment and
implement,
yeah,
implementation.
maintenance is also a very important thing. So this is a very flow here. You have to see, if I need to develop, it should, the requirement analysis phase should finish and the designing should finish, and then only I can start with the development. Until and unless those phases are freezed, I will not be able to develop. Okay, so now the advantages of the waterfall is, it's very easy, right? Now you people would have understood it very easily. It is a very simplest model and it is easy to understand, and each and every phase has its own deliverables. Okay, these deliverables are very well defined ones. Now, but we have disadvantages. So for a very simpler project with no changes, what will happen is, this is fine. I can freeze my requirement, and after freezing, I can design, and I can freeze the design document, and then I can, like, what to say, I can code, I can freeze my coding, I can test, and then I can release and I can maintain. But take in case I have a very huge product where there are multiple changes coming in. Okay, nowadays people are like, they want more enhancements, so they keep not only the customers. Okay, now it is like, while developing itself, these people get input from the customers and stakeholders, and they keep changing the requirements frequently. So these type of projects cannot be handled by in the waterfall model. Okay, this is the these are the disadvantages of waterfall model. Okay, any queries? So with this, we are finishing off today. Okay, tomorrow I'll take you through V model, prototype, spiral, and agile. I'll have a different day because it is a very, next week we can handle, next week or Friday we can see it, because it's a very huge concept, and I want you people to be very clear on that. So other than that, in today's or yesterday's topic, if you have any doubt, you can just let me know. Okay, I think you people are fine. So I'll give you a small exercise for today. So it is like, you have the waterfall model, right? So what you have to do is, you can pick any example. Today we had a bakery example for SDLC. You can pick any example other than bakery for your understanding, and you can write down each and every steps, what comes to your mind on for each phases of your waterfall model. Okay, and you can share me, I'll share my email ID. So you can share me, so tomorrow we can discuss on that. Okay, how you have understood, so we can go move on to the other what to say, models. Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you all. I think I have recorded, right? Anwar has asked me. Yeah, I have recorded. I'll share the recordings for today, and I'll also share the PPT. Okay.